Hi everybody, I'm Colonel Ajai and we continue on the series War Room to Boardroom. In the first video, I shared with you 3 ramifications of VUCA, a volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous environment which are unique to military combat leadership. And they were, the first, extreme and grave consequences of decision making in the military. The second, zero-eyes predictability of plans. And the third, combat leaders lead troops into battle without any extrinsic motivators, with no material incentives whatsoever, but by sheer inspirational leadership. So in this video, I will share with you the first key factor, an overriding factor which is given immense and massive weightage by military leaders across all levels, because this is the foundation, this is the bedrock on which military laurels are won and accomplished. And I strongly recommend to corporate leaders to give serious emphasis on this aspect. So let me describe this with the acronym MVP, Mission, Values, Pride. The mission, values and pride are tattooed and imprinted in the hearts and minds of each and every soldier. Let's talk about the first, mission. Mission is why we exist. In the military, we go through rigorous training in military training academies, which I would say is synonymous to blast furnaces, transforming wrought iron into refined, hardened and toughened steel, much like the commissioned officers who are transformed into physically, mentally and emotionally robust and resilient leaders. The motto of the National Defence Academy, service before self, is ingrained right from the onset of our military careers. And the famous Chetwood motto, the words spoken by Field Marshal Philip Chetwood at the inauguration speech of the Indian Military Academy in 1932. His words have been immortalized. They are cast and carved in stone, and they are etched in the hearts and minds of every officer, which holds them in good stead through their military career and even beyond. So let me share the Chetwood motto. The safety, honor and welfare of your country comes first, always and every time. The honor, welfare and comfort of the men you command comes next, and your own ease, safety and comfort comes last, always and every time. In the operational context of the Indian Air Force, their mission statement is people first, mission always. Now such clarity and such precision of the mission statement gives direction and meaning to one and all as to why we exist at the first place. I served in the corporate for 15 years with NIIT, a global talent development corporation. And I was delighted to experience the immense weightage given by the top management and leaders at all levels to embed the mission statement in every new employee. And not only that, but to maintain that intense focus through their journey in the company. I still remember the mission statement. And I also remember the 5 foundational questions and their answers, which was related to the mission and drafted by the founders. And not only drafted, but they lived that. They walked the talk, and they were a source of inspiration to leaders and people to look up to them and to emulate. So let me share those 5 questions along with their responses that they crafted. The first was, who are we? And the response they crafted was, inspiring mentors. Second, what is our promise? We deliver success. And the third question, what makes us stick? To see people grow. Fourth, what do we deliver? We groom students for their first job. We assist in getting them the first job, and we accelerate their growth. And the fifth and the last question, how do we deliver? Customer need identification and education process management. Not such sharp precision and clarity of the mission statement and those foundational questions is embedded in the hearts and minds of each and every employee. And I would say that is one key factor which has contributed to the immense success of NIT, now close to 4 decades, and to be one of the best companies to work for. And the wonderful part is that the camaraderie and bonding of NITians continues even after they leave NIT in the form of a vibrant fraternity of forever NITians. Now there is a huge lesson, there is a big learning to take from there, to understand it, and most importantly, for all to emulate. Let's get to the second word, values. Values is what is important to us. In the military, we have a set of core values. And these values are timeless. And they cannot be compromised, whatever be the cost. And what are these values? Integrity, loyalty, duty, respect, honor, and selfless service. The point here is that these are not mere fancy words, or they are not artifacts hanging on the walls and along corridors, or they are not only espoused values or spoken values, but these values are infused in action, blood, sweat, and spirit in each and every soldier. And more importantly, these values, the meaning of each of these words is known to one and all, and nothing is left to vagaries of assumptions and presumptions. In my journey with NIIT, I experienced many situations, many instances where tough decisions were required to be taken. And I remember in the mission statement, under values, there was one sentence which read that we at NIT believe that our growth is the derivative of the growth of each one of us. Now that one sentence, of course amongst others, became the beacon on which, right from the chairman Rajinder Pawar, the CEO Vijay Thadani, and the COO P. Rajendran, and leaders down the chain kept forefront while taking and implementing decisions in complete and total harmony with the value systems of the company. I'm also privy to the other spectrum, where there are employees who are not even aware in certain companies about the mission statement and the values of that company. So how would we ever expect them to be living those values? We are not even aware of the values. So alignment of values is of paramount importance in the corporate. Because values are principles and standards of behavior. They are a default system. They influence decision making. They influence our behaviors under stress. And they facilitate how we analyze and solve challenges, particularly in the face of adversity. That is the criticality of the value system. And let's get to the third word, pride. Pride is what inspires us, what energizes us. In the military, we take immense pride in our regimental badge, the regimental motto, the honors and glorious traditions of the regiment and the unit. Because these are key battle winning and defining factors. Each regiment and unit has its own motto and its own battle cries. The motto of my tank regiment, which I commanded, was Vajra Prahar Prachand Var, meaning lightning strike, total annihilation. The motto of the regiment I served with earlier was Man dies, but the regiment lives. Another example of an inspiring motto, amongst many others, is Naam Namak Nishan. Naam means reputation of the regiment. Namak, fidelity to the salt that you partaken. And Nishan, honor of the insignia, of the standard, of the flag, of the colors of the regiment. Now these are symbols of inspiration and of pride around which soldiers rally and are willing to even sacrifice their lives for the sake of accomplishment of a mission, to safeguard, to protect the reputation, the honor, and the glorious traditions of their regiment. We all have heard the word commando. I'm just taking this as one example. So these commandos, they have immense pride in wearing that insignia on their uniform. And let me give you an explanation of the word commando. Combination of mind, muscle, and nerve during operations. And what's special here? That there is no mention of hardware. There's no mention of the sophisticated and lethal weaponry which they carry, the hardware that they carry. The only focus is on the hardware. Because the battle is won in the mind, and the battle is won in the 18 inches between the heart and the mind. That's where the focus is. That's what matters. And these are the sense of pride and inspiration of soldiers and regiments on which they thrive on and they press on. The same sense of pride has got to be developed in the corporates. For employees to rally around, to be proud to be part of the company, to be proud of the mission, to be proud of their value system, to be proud to carry their corporate cards, and more importantly, actions that generate and demonstrate a sense of pride, belonging, and unique identity to that company. So let me wrap up by sharing with you about Captain Vikram Batra, Paramveer Chakra posthumous. Paramveer Chakra is the highest military decoration awarded for valor in the face of the enemy. Captain Vikram Batra, during the Kargil operations, against all odds, when he was given a mission, that's what he said. Either I will hoist the tricolour or I'll come back wrapped in it. But come back I will. That was the sense of pride. That was the sense of value, of grit and determination to accomplish the mission, whatever be the cost, even if it's at the cost of giving up his life. So ingraining, embedding, imbibing and tattooing the mission, value, and pride in the hearts and minds of all employees in the corporate is a critical factor to ensure elevating the value and the enduring impact of the company. And now in my next video, I will share with you another military leadership learning which can be applied in the corporate. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video.